Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make 5 DIY emoji sweet treat lip balms. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button and comment down below which one was your favorite from this DIY video. And if you're not already subscribed and would like to see future DIY videos, please click that subscribe button. The first DIY will be the cookie emoji. For this one, I'm going to recycle one of these makeup cases. And what you'll want to do is you'll just want to make sure that it's thoroughly washed and cleaned out. For this one, I'm going to use this Spice Tan acrylic paint. I'm going to put some of the acrylic paint onto a paper plate, and then I'm going to dip the makeup container into it and then let any excess run off the side. I set that aside and let it dry for 24 hours. And here is mine after it had dried. To give it some texture to look like a cookie, I'm going to use a makeup sponge. I dipped the makeup sponge into the paint and then I patted it onto the top of the makeup container. To make the chocolate chips, I'm going to use some of this dark chocolate acrylic paint. With a paintbrush, I just painted on some of the chocolate chips. And now I'm just going to give my cookie a face. Next, I added a few more chocolate chips to finish it off. To make the lip balm to go inside, I'm going to use this glass container and I set it on a candle warmer. You can also use a mug warmer or you can use the double broiler method. Using 1 tablespoon of beeswax and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. If you don't have beeswax, you can always just melt down a chapstick. Once I had those 2 ingredients into the glass bowl, then I just let those melt down. To make it smell more like a cookie, I'm going to use some vanilla extract. So once that was melted down, I just added a little bit of the vanilla extract. And then to give this a little bit of a tint, I'm going to use some eyeshadow and I just scraped that in there and then mixed it all up. I poured the lip balm mixture into my makeup container, set that in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And here it is once it was complete. The second one is the emoji lollipop. For this one, I'm going to use some pink, blue, purple, yellow, and green polymer clay. Start by rolling out each color into a long tube shape. Gather all the pieces and then trim them down so they're the same size. Roll them together and then twist. Gently roll the clay pieces together, trim the ends, and then roll into a lollipop shape. With a piece of tan clay, I'm going to roll that into a tube shape, trim it down to size, and place it onto the lollipop. Bake that in the oven according to the package instructions. For this one, I'm going to use one of these lip balm containers or bead containers. My piece was baked and cooled. I applied some hot glue to the top of the lip balm container and glued the clay piece to that. For this one, I'm going to use the same mixture of 1 tablespoon of beeswax to 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and again, you can always melt down a chapstick. Once it had melted down, I added some of this bubblegum flavoring to the mixture. To give this some tint, I'm going to use a piece of lipstick. Place that in the mixture and melt it down. Pour the mixture into the lip balm container. Place that in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And that is how you make the EMOJI Lollipop Lip Balm. The third lip balm will be the chocolate bar. For this one, I'm going to use one of these small Altoids containers. With a piece of brown polymer clay, I'm going to roll that out and then cut it into a square shape to fit over the top of the Altoids container. Start shaping the piece of clay around the top of the Altoids container, cutting off any excess. Here is mine at this point. The lines for the chocolate bar, I'm going to use a wooden skewer, or you can also use a toothpick. To make the wrapper, I'm going to use a piece of red clay. I'm going to roll that out into a very thin piece. Take the piece of red clay, place that on the chocolate bar, put that in the oven and bake it according to the package instructions. Use tongs to remove it as it will be very hot. To finish off the candy bar wrapper, I'm going to use a piece of aluminum foil. I cut out a small piece, shaped it, then applied hot glue to secure it to the chocolate bar. And then to give it a little character, I painted on a face. For this lip balm mixture, I'm going to use the same 1 tablespoon of coconut oil and 1 tablespoon of beeswax. Once it's melted down, then I'm going to add 10 chocolate chips. Pour the mixture into the container, set that in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. That is the Chocolate Bar Candy EMOJI Lip Balm. The fourth one is the piece of emoji candy. For this one, I'm going to use one of these candy party favors. I found this at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use a pink and green acrylic paint, one in the candy pink color and the other one in winter green. Apply some pink paint to 1/2 of the container, tip it up and let the paint drip off. Do the same thing with the other side of the container and let that dry for 24 hours. Once the pink side has dried, repeat that same process on the opposite side with the green acrylic paint. I used a paintbrush to fill in any gaps. Here are my two pieces after they had dried. For this lip balm mixture, I used the same one I used in the lollipop. And that is the Piece of Candy Emoji Lip Balm. The fifth one will be the donut emoji. For this one, I'm going to use a recycled makeup container. For this one, I'm going to use some white Model Magic on top of the makeup container, trim off any excess, and then start shaping it. Here's what mine looks like after I was done shaping it. I'm going to use a cap to poke a hole in the center. Once the hole is made, then I just removed the excess clay. Then I set that aside and let it dry overnight. Here is mine once the clay had dried. With some acrylic paint in a spice tan color, I'm going to paint the clay. To make the frosting, I'm going to use some dark chocolate acrylic paint. I painted the outline for the frosting and then painted it in with the same dark chocolate color. To give this one some character, I also painted on a face. I used some blue, yellow, pink, and white acrylic paint to make some sprinkles. To make this lip balm mixture, again I used the 1 tablespoon of beeswax, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, let that melt down, and then I added a little piece of lipstick to give it some tint. Pour the mixture into the container, and there you have your donut emoji lip balm. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these emoji lip balm ideas. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please leave me a comment down below. I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up. Check out the links down below for my other DIY lip balm videos. Until next time, I hope you guys all have an amazing day.